Okay, here's my review on the Avengers. So, the movie opens up with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Nick Fury coming off the helicopter and seeing what's the problem. And he gets the news from Agent Coulson. And it's about the Tesseract, and there's nothing on the side of on one side of the door where S.H.I.E.L.D. is, and we meet Hawkeye, and that's what he says. Then Loki comes out from the other side of the doorway from space, and he kills a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, and then he has them on the control with the staff. He has a few of them on control, including Hawkeye. So Avenger is being brain control in this movie. One Avenger down. And then Fury goes after them and fails and says they're at war, and the Avengers logo pops up, where we meet Black Widow, and she gets a call from Phil Coulson saying that Hawkeye's been compromised. So she has to put him on hold when she was in the middle of an interrogation, and kicks all of the guys' ass, and and kills them all. And she goes after Bruce Banner, and Phil Coulson goes after Tony Stark. So we meet Bruce Banner and see where he is at, and gets tricked by a little girl. Then he runs into Agent Romanoff, Black Widow, and they do some talking about what's going on and what Fury needs him for, and he needs him as Bruce Banner. Then cut to Tony Stark building Stark Tower, finishing building Stark Tower. Then Phil Coulson comes in the building, I mean. And Tony. He doesn't really listen at first. In fact, he's kind of an asshole about it. But with his lovely girlfriend Pepper Potts, he's has more manners than usual. So Phil Coulson gives him a file about everything, what everything is, and it's the entire file about the Avengers and all S.H.I.E.L.D. has on the other Avengers. And so that is Tony's homework to do, plus the Tesseract, and learning about it. So he learns all of this stuff in one night, and it's late to the party when the other Avengers go to stop Loki. And it's which leads to and then after they capture Loki, Thor comes in, and Iron Man has a fight with Thor, the god of lightning, and it's a really awesome action scene. They're both giving all they got, and it's pretty badass to watch. Until Cap breaks up the fight, and Cap asks Thor to drop the hammer down. He doesn't. He actually slams the hammer on the shield, and then they all just look at each other awkwardly, and Cap asks, "Are we done here?" And then they cut back to shield base. I missed a part tonight. There's this part when Captain America meets Bruce Banner after talking to Phil Coulson about Bruce Banner, and then he meets Black Widow, where Black Widow says, "Step aside, you might want to step back a little, guys. It's going to get a little hard to breathe." And finds out that's not the thinkers to somebody. Find out it's not something. It's the shield helicarrier. Now, going back to where I was, Loki's captured on the shield helicarrier, and the Avengers are getting to know each other more and more. And Loki's trapped in a prison where it's a trap for the Hulk. And then Black Widow goes to interrogate Loki and bargains for Hawkeye and gets some information. And Loki knows Black Widow's dirty secret here. And he narrates. He talks in his cool bad guy way, he's saying that you know better than me, and then it looks like Black Widow's not coming, but she's faking it, and Loki's surprised that Black Widow outsmarted him and confused. And finds out that Banner is his plan. Meanwhile the other Avengers was snooping out, finding out what Nick Fury was hiding, and they know now. It's like them calling them now. It sounds a bit suspicious, and Steve finds out the old-fashioned way by going through shield stuff, while Tony, he does some decryption on the computer by planting Jarvis and shield, and will know and so he can know what everything Shield's dirty little secret and what they're hiding from them. And what it is that Shield Phase 2 he actually Tony, and then ends up with them all in a room: Nick Fury, Black Widow, Bruce Banner, and Tony Stark and I said Nick Fury, right? That's right. I did not say Captain America. And Captain America says Shield's plan. Shield face. He asks Nick, Tony asks what Phase 2 is, and Captain America says Phase 2 is to make weapons out of the Tesseract. That's what Captain, and he guessed that from Captain America because he said it. Nick Fury tries to cover his ass, and then he has Jarvis to back him up, and he says, "I'm sorry, Nick, what were you lying about?" And then they all start arguing because the Tesseract is making them act funny and turn against each other. Until Hawkeye fires, and while Hawkeye fires a bow and arrow at the Shield base to blow up the Shield Helicarrier a bit, and so they can so him and all the Loki's army can enter on the Shield Helicarrier, and they finally then start to snap out of it a little, and and so Tony puts on the suit and goes with Captain America to fix the shield helicarrier, while Banner goes with ends up with Black Widow, and when the shield helicarrier blew up, Bruce Banner got hurt bad and starts turning to Hulk, while Black Widow, her leg is under metal saying that's weighing her down, and a few Shield agents come to help out, and she says, "Fucking way," and she tries to talk to Bruce Banner, make him feel bad. And she says she gives him the word on her life, and Bruce Banner gets angry and says, "Your life," and he just truly didn't do his eyes like a rain, and gets bigger and bigger, and then the Hulk comes out and goes after Black Widow. And Black Widow's running away from the Hulk, and you see the Hulk in shadows, like you don't see the Hulk right away until Black Widow sees a bit of a Hulk, and then you see the Hulk fully non-stop after that. While Loki's smiling, grinning, it's working. My plans are working. This is a good movie. And Thor goes to Loki and sees that he's escaped, and he sees that that Loki's that the doors open at the prison, and Loki has escaped. So Thor runs to put Loki back in, but Loki tricks Thor by using one of his illusions, by pretending that he's really there when he's not. So Thor gets dumped by Loki and Loki just presses a button to release Thor into thin air, and he falls in thin air and uses the hammer to break free from the prison, and sings and then I missed a part. this is after Hulk chases Black Widow and tries to kill her. Thor saves Black Widow and then gets in a fight with Thor. Goes on for a while, and then the Shield, Nick Fury decides to get the Hulk, calls in for some help to get the Hulk's attention, and this jet starts firing at him, and the Hulk jumps onto the jet, and well, hopefully the pilot survives because he just threw the pilot in the air, and he had a parachute, but yeah, and that's where we don't see the Hulk for a while. And Tony and Captain America fix the Shield helicarrier. Yes. And so. And then Black Widow, she starts fighting at Hawkeye, and she hits him in the head to snap him out of it. So basically, Black Widow broke mind control by giving Hawkeye a minor concussion. No arguments there. And anyway, Hawkeye actually wakes up with Black Widow strapped to a chair, and Hawkeye's a little freaked out of the whole thing, and she knows that he's out of it. But she was just had him strapped in just to be sure if he was really out of it, and. He told him what she did to snap him out of it, and he thanks her for it, and she knows that, and says that Loki did this and we have to take him down, and Barn, as in Hawkeye, says he would feel a lot better if he put an arrow in his head, and Black Widow says, now you sound more like yourself, and yeah, but doing that, he knows Black Widow's not sounding like herself, so he says she says that she wants the red in her leg wiped out, etc. And so Captain America, Black Widow, Tony Stark, and Hawkeye, and I'm sorry, I just meant to say Tony Stark. I meant to say Iron Man. They all suit up and go after Loki, and well, Tony beats them to Loki, and he's stalling and also fretting Loki. And also in a kind of funny way, and he offers Loki a drink, and he says, "You managed to." He says to Loki, "You managed to piss everyone off, and you think that this is going to end well? This wasn't a good idea." And he acknowledged their names, the Avengers, Earth's Mighty, have sort of like a team. And Loki attempts to mind control Tony by using the staff, but it doesn't work because he has the heart reactor covering. Now he has the heart reactor now preventing Loki from preventing it from working. And then Loki grabs Tony by the neck and throws him out the window, and then Tony's suit comes right out of the building and he suits up while he's falling through the air, and he says one more, and he tells Loki there's one more person that he pissed off is Phil Coulson, which got killed by Loki, and that's who the Avengers who want to avenge is, well, Phil Coulson. Sounds a bit silly and ridiculous and kind of pathetic when you think about it. Phil Coulson was kind of like a weak character of this movie, and wasn't at all sad when he died. Boo-hoo, he died. And so the army is released, that gets released through this portal from space. And Tony takes on this army, and then the rest of the Avengers come to the party with the Quinjet, and Tony says, "What took you so long, guys? So long?" And they land the Quinjet and kick ass. And then Bruce Banner shows up, and he turns into the Hulk and smashes this giant alien that's like coming right towards them with one punch. And Avengers assemble all together, and now the Avengers assemble all together to team up and kick ass. And it's like one action scene, and the action scene is awesome. They go and the music's dun 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 dun, and Cap saves civilians in a building while kicking ass on the way to the building. And Black Widow jumps onto this alien space thing, and rides it and kicks the other alien off while going after Loki, and Thor and Hulk are riding on this alien and kicking ass on it, kicking a bunch of aliens off of it and riding into a building. And then Thor gets punched by Hulk, and while Hawkeye's, he's like shooting a bunch of arrows on this building through other aliens, and then gives like Ronoff some help, and shoots Loki with an arrow, an explosive arrow, and blows Loki off of the alien ride, and And Thor goes up to Loki and tries to talk some sense into him. And Loki, of course, doesn't listen. Although he pretends he does. And kicks Thor's ass. And then the Avengers are getting their ass creamed by each other. Hulk is getting creamed. Hawkeye's getting creamed. Black Widow is on the made it on top of where the portal is. Captain America is getting his ass kicked with Thor. And they're all getting ass kicked, including Iron Man. He's also getting his ass handed to him. And then someone fires sends a jet that has a nuclear missile. Not one, but two, it looks fun to say. Nick Fury, ran to blow up one, but he missed the other one. And he tried shooting him with a handgun, but that's all he had. So he contacts Stark and tells him to handle it. And tells Jarvis to have the thrusters into full maximum boost, and he said already did it. Jarvis is his AI for the suit and also for home. So Iron Man flies straight towards the missile, and then he grabs the missile, and Black Widow says she can close the portal, and Captain America says do it, and Iron Man says don't do it. And he explains that there's a nuke, and there's a nuke missile that can blow up half of the city, and he knows right where to put it. And Captain America tells Stark that's suicide, and I think he said that's kind of, that's a one-way trip or something. And he goes up to put he goes into the portal, and he succeeds at it, and Tony Stark, Iron Man, I like calling him Iron Man more. Iron Man doesn't come out of the portal for quite a while, so Captain America gives the order to Black Widow, says close it, and Iron Man starts flying right out of the portal, and Thor knows he's flying too fast and tries to catch him, but instead Hulk catches him and slices down this building and puts Iron Man on the floor, and Iron Man's unconscious, and Thor and Hulk roars to wake him up. He says and Tony's screams and says, please tell me nobody kissed me. And after we win, and Captain America says, I think we did. Says, oh, and Iron Man says, oh, great job, guys. This is Swarmer place by. Ever had Swarmer? I haven't been had by once. And they have to do something first, and then Swarmer, Iron Man says. And they all go their separate ways, and Thor takes the Tesseract back to Asgard, and Nick Fury gives the word to his superiors that the Tesseract is Thor has the Tesseract and the Avengers on their merry way. And after the end credits, they're eating shawarma. I feel like I just got kicked in the balls. I just always want to say this. Captain America says this in the cost. Avengers assemble. Too bad that's not going to be in the Avengers movie till the next Avengers movie.